Finding your purpose and power all starts with a grounded foundation of trust. This is our very first Purpose and Power guided meditation on the Flourishing Entrepreneur podcast. If you're looking to make better decisions, feel more aligned, and feel less anxious, then this is the episode for you. Let's get to it.
Welcome to the Flourishing Entrepreneur podcast with Alea Harris. This is the place where you and your fellow empire-building entrepreneurs come to vanquish the burnout monster and boost your glow and cash flow with energy alignment techniques and tried-and-true marketing strategies. Since 7 figures won't get itself, hit that subscribe button and never miss out on your chance to skyrocket profits, tap into your intuition, and manifest your dreams. And now, your host, Powerhouse Story Brand Certified Guide, award-winning marketer, bioenergetic business coach, and Japanese whiskey lover, Alea Harris. This episode is brought to you by Bioenergetic Business Coaching by Flourish Marketing. Do you wake up feeling tired? You can't build your empire if you're cranky and exhausted. If you're fed up with fighting a losing battle against the burnout monster, it's time to fix the root causes of your issues and get aligned. Turn up the wattage on your glow and cash flow with effective business strategies. Bioenergetic business coaching is for growth-getting entrepreneurs who know they need to make a change to see better results and reach their goals. If you want to unblock your energy and unleash abundance, head to www.flourishmarketing.co/coaching to become a client. Now's your chance to step into the role of CEO, Chief Energy Officer, and flourish in business and life. Go to www.flourishmarketing.co/coaching to get started.
Hey there, Empire Builder. This is the very first episode where we are going to dive into a purpose and power meditation. Today's purpose and power meditation is all about trust. Trust transcends the, oh yeah, I guess I kind of trust you and me, to a deep, grounded sense of security that no matter what, everything is going to be okay. In order to build a business, not only do you need to trust yourself, but you need to trust your business and trust that you're doing everything that you possibly can do to create a future for yourself that you love, and love the journey on the way there. Today's mantra for trust is, I am safe, secure, and supported. Say it with me. I am safe, secure, and supported. I am safe, secure, and supported. I am safe, secure, and supported. That mantra in and of itself will help you realign with your grounded sense of trust. But there's a little bit more recalibration that we need to do before we head into our guided purpose and power meditation. Recalibration is usually what you need when you're out of alignment, or when you know that you're in alignment and you want to keep yourself there. And sometimes you're out of alignment and you know it, and sometimes you don't know it. If you need help trying to figure that out, make sure you go to flourishmarketing.co/quiz-BEBC so that you can see where you are in alignment or where you out of alignment and how to get back on track. If trust for you feels like something that's out of alignment, it could show up for you in a variety of ways. You could not be trusting yourself to make great decisions. You could be having nightmares, digestion problem, pain in your lower back, eating disorders, inability to delegate, which leads to overwhelm. You also could be overly litigious. Like if your lawyer is on speed dial, you might have some trust issues. And you also might not have the headspace to focus on a grander vision because the foundation of your business has too many holes. If you are in alignment with trust, you feel grounded and safe, and you have a minimal amount of daily worry. You have this sense of boldness. And boldness, my friend, is exactly what you need to go out and capture that business dream of yours and build your empire. Whenever we're trying to figure out how to get more in alignment, there's two things that I want you to keep in mind. There is excavation and replenishment. Let me give you an analogy that I've given before, and I think it does a great job of helping to articulate exactly what I mean. In order to get in alignment, imagine yourself like a bucket of nasty, hot, week-old, rancid oyster juice. Can you smell it? I can smell it. It smells horrible. And it also repels everyone else. I mean, people can smell this nastiness from miles away, right? It's disgusting. And you're like, hey, I'm going to go fix myself. I'm going to go and, do right by myself and get in alignment. So I'm going to take this beautiful Mexican hot chocolate with the cocoa notes and the warmth and a little bit of cinnamon and spice in there. And I'm just going to dump it into that bucket of hot oyster juice. I hate to break it to you, but that's not going to work. All you're going to do is end up with a bucket of chocolate flavored, rancid, week old, nasty smelling hot oyster juice that continues to repel and might actually even repel people more. What you need to do is excavate. You need to dump the bucket, rinse it out, and then replenish it with that hot chocolate so that instead of repelling the things that you want in life, you are drawing them near you, because who doesn't want some nice fancy Mexican hot chocolate? That sounds delicious to me right about now. So today I'm going to talk about two different techniques that you can use to excavate and replenish. The first is forgiveness. Often we don't trust because we've been wronged in the past, or we've wronged ourselves, or we've been keeping a detailed account of each and every single one of our failures. So who trusts a failure? Who wants to believe that that failure can do any more in life than they've already done? So instead, I urge you to excavate using forgiveness as a tool. One of my favorite forgiveness tools is called Forgiveness and Light. And you can actually find that tool and other tools in our recalibration guide that's full of different tips and tricks to get yourself back in alignment. It's flourishmarketing.co/recalibrate. And it's also in the show notes. So you can grab it later. If you're sitting here, now's the time to put me on pause, go grab a candle, come back, and sit in front of the candle with it lit. Did you do it? Are you doing it? After, hopefully you pause me and you're back now, and you have that candle in front of you. What I want you to do is I want you to sit and look at that candle, and you're going to speak forgiveness into the candle. As you speak forgiveness into the candle, you're letting it go. You're letting that flame transmute anything that is negative, anything that is hurtful, anything that you haven't forgiven yourself for, and allowing the weight to lift off of you, allowing some of that nastiness to come out of your bucket. So you start off by saying, I forgive myself for judging myself. And then you might lead further into, I forgive myself for hating my business. I forgive my business. I forgive my father. I forgive my mother. I forgive my haters. I forgive you. You forgive until you feel complete. And at the end, you say, I forgive myself for forgetting that I am divine. And what does that mean? Does that mean, oh, I forgive myself for forgetting that I am just the business? Well, it could. But what it really means is I forgive myself for forgetting that there's a deep, ageless part of me that can do no wrong, that is always perfect and is always in the right, perfect place, although it doesn't always seem like it to me right now. I forgive myself for forgetting that everything is always working out for my highest good. So, you're going to use this forgiveness and light exercise, and it could last for 2 minutes, it could last for 20 minutes, it could last for an hour. But when you are done, you will feel so much lighter, and all of that nasty hot oyster juice will be out of the bucket. But then the oyster juice is out of the bucket. What do you do? That means that you have an empty bucket. And if you leave an empty bucket lying around, what do people do? They throw their trash into it. And then it's going to be filled up with a whole bunch of other nastiness that you never wanted in there in the first place. So, in order to fill it up with what you want to have in it, you have to replenish. And replenishment comes from connection and building a deeper connection with yourself, with the universe, with spirit. I use words like universe, spirit, God, insert name of deity here. And whatever makes you feel comfortable, you can roll and flow with that. But there's a greater and a grander purpose and a connection that's out there that gives me a lot of peace of mind because that shows me that I don't have to handle it all on my own. And there's something, someone, some entity, some higher energy out there looking out for me. So when I connect with that, that's when I can feel that I'm going in the right direction and I can understand a little bit more about what's happening with this craziness all around me. One of my favorite tools to do that is the Hu meditation. This comes from the movement of spiritual inner awareness, which was founded by one of my favorite spiritual teachers, John Roger. And he calls it a spiritual exercise. And I like it because I've done regular meditation and I've tried and I felt like a failure. It's something I had to go and forgive myself with sitting in front of a candle, right? I couldn't empty my mind and blank out my mind. It was difficult. It was way too difficult. And it just was straight up not going to happen. So instead, in spiritual exercises using the Hu Chant, you focus your mind on a specific sound and you allow yourself and your consciousness to open up to something bigger than yourself. So, in Hu, Anai is a feeling of empathy, a grander sense of empathy for yourself, the empathy that you're asking the universe to have for you, and you're drawing and tapping in to a sense of connectedness. Hu is an ancient Sanskrit name for spirit, the universe, God. It's you saying, hey, I'm here. I'm literally calling your name and asking to be more connected to you and to myself. As you focus your intention on the Hu sound, you'll feel a sense of lightness. You might actually even feel a little bit dizzy. You might even get a little nauseous. All of that is wonderful. That's you opening yourself up to possibilities. Whenever you chant the Hu, I like to chant for about 5 minutes, then just sit in silence and listen and feel for a couple of minutes. Now, sometimes I listen and feel for a couple of minutes, and then I start thinking about the dinner that needs to get made and the bills that need to get paid, and then I'm like, that's not what we're doing right now. Well, let's get back to, and then I start chanting again, and then I pause again, and then sometimes in those pauses, I actually hear and I feel things. I get sense of clarity, right? I feel that connection and that peace and that bliss that is meant to come. And the more that you chant, the more that you'll see and hear and feel. When you chant and you chant it with your eyes closed, I encourage you to look at the screen that's right in front of your closed eyelids. So you're going to be looking and seeing, do you see shapes? Are you seeing colors? Are you seeing patterns? Are you feeling something that is coming from deeper within you or from without of you, from the grander connection that's all around us? So when I chant Hu, I begin always by asking for the light, the highest, purest form of light to surround, fill, and protect us, me, you, the planet, the universe, so that you feel safe, that you feel like you're entering into a place that you can trust, that you are safe and secure and supported. Then you just start chanting. You can do it out loud. You can do it inwardly. The thing is, don't do it while you're driving. Don't do it while you're operating heavy machinery. Do it when you are in a place where you can dedicate some time to yourself. When you're done, I encourage you to slowly come back to. Always drink some water right afterwards. Wash your hands and then go about your day with that stronger, connected sense of groundedness, trust, safety, and security. So now I'm going to demonstrate to you what the Hu sounds like. I'm going to do it 3 times, and I invite you, as you're listening, to do it with me. Because, hey, if you practice it with me, we're chanting together and we're both not only getting more connected to ourselves and the universe, but to each other. And that's what all of this is about, right? Being an entrepreneur, you need your connection, you need your crew, you need your squad to be able to make a stronger business and to feel like you're not alone and you're not isolated. Okay, here we go. I'm sitting quietly, my feet are planted on the ground, and my hands are on my lap. Only 3 times, and I already feel the energy is different and it's shifted. Do you feel that way? Can you feel a shift and a little bit of a groundedness and a centeredness? Now imagine if we were doing this together for 15, 20, 30 minutes. Imagine if you do this for yourself as a daily practice and you integrate it into your morning routine. Think about how you could start every day with a deeper sense of groundedness. How would you make different decisions for yourself and for your business? How would you show up differently? How would you show up differently in discovery calls when you're trying to land a client, knowing that no matter what, you are taken care of and supported? That's what I want for you. So I do encourage you to make this part of your daily routine. Okay, now that we know about excavation and replenishment, let's dive a little bit more deeply into a guided meditation around trust. I'm going to give you a visualization of a sanctuary, a place that you can always go to and always return to when you're not feeling very safe. A place full of possibilities where you can create and you can enjoy and you can thrive and you can survive in that place. I built my sanctuary during an insight retreat put on by the Movement of Spiritual Inner Awareness, several years ago, and it's still there. It's still the sanctuary that I go to whenever I do this meditation for myself. So, right now, I encourage you to get comfortable. I'm going to ask you to close your eyes, and we are going to let this guided meditation begin. I want you to close your eyes and visualize that you are walking in a wide open green field. The colors are almost surreal. The green grass under your feet is so lush and bright and vibrant. You can feel your bare feet in the earth and you wiggle your toes down into the ground. You haven't felt this free in a long time. As you begin to walk, you feel no pain. Your joints feel like you could just sit up and do the splits and jump and leap. And so you decide to do just that. You begin to break into a run, into a gallop across the field, and you leap and you soar and you roll and you feel just like you did that pure joy, that connection you had to yourself and endless possibilities, like when you were a kid, when the world was open and anything could happen. The more you gallivant and romp across this field, you see something out there in a distance. You see this building and it looks pretty darn cool. You're like, oh my gosh, I gotta go check that out. Something about this building is calling to me. And as you get closer and closer, you visualize the outside of a building that just feels magical to you. It feels inviting. It feels like this place, that the home that you always wanted. Does it even have walls, or is it open aired? Is it white? Are the walls made of stars, or are they made of wood? Do you see vines hanging around? Are there trees blooming out from the windows? What does this place look like to you, where you just can't help yourself from imagining every single detail? As you're in this place, then you notice that there's a door, and you put your hand on the doorknob, and it feels amazing, cool, and a little electric. A little bit of excitement races through your fingertips as you open the door and walk inside. Inside, you imagine what the inside of possibilities must feel like. You see that you have all of the things that you love are there. All of the feelings that you love, all of the memories that you love, every single thing that you need to tap into and recall to feel great and powerful and secure and safe, they are all there. Then you look further, a little bit past towards the back, and you notice that there's some stairs. And you go to the stairs and you walk up. And as you climb the stairs, they could be wooden stairs, they could be stairs made out of wind, they could be stairs made out of dewdrops or rain, or maybe it's a rainbow. But as you go up, you notice that there's another door, and you walk inside. And in this room, this is the people mover room. And this room is filled with light. And it's also filled with a people mover. That's right, a conveyor belt that moves things and people in and out of your sanctuary that you get to control. This people mover, you can't really see where one end begins and the other end ends, but as you know where you're standing in the middle, and you look down and you see that there's a control panel there. And you say, oh, I can do whatever I want to with this. So you turn it on. Why not? And as you turn it on, you say, hey, I want to invite whoever and whatever represents safety and security into my sanctuary right now. So you turn it on and you see the conveyor belt move, and on the conveyor belt, floating in, is that thing. Maybe it's just a ball of light. Maybe it's warm rain. Maybe it's an actual person. Maybe it's your guardian angel. Maybe it's Jesus. Maybe it's Buddha. Whoever it is, whatever it is, you can't help but to feel ecstatic to look upon it. You invite that feeling, that person, that thing off of the conveyor belt so that they're standing in front of you. And you ask them one question. Can you please stay with me here in my sanctuary? Can you please bless this sanctuary for me so that no matter what, it always feels like how I feel when I look at you, when I'm with you, when I touch you, when I sense you? Can you bless this sanctuary so that it is always filled with a feeling of sanctuary? with a feeling of love, with a feeling of secureness, with a feeling of trust, so that I can come into this sanctuary. And whenever I do, I can get charged up, and doubt falls away, and hurt falls away, and revenge falls away, and vengeance falls away. And I'm left with a grounded sense of peace, love, and compassion. And of course, that being, that thing, that feeling in front of you says, yes, it would be my utmost pleasure to make sure that this is a safe place for you. And so you can see it go into every crevice of your sanctuary, all rooms, so quickly, and blessing it and touching it and filling every space inside this sanctuary with love and light and trust and compassion. And it says, I will be here. I will hold this space for you. So whenever you return, it is here for you exactly as you left it. No matter what is happening around in the world, it is here for you. You thank it with utmost gratitude from the deepest parts of your being. And you say, I'm ready now to use this internal sense of trust and this sanctuary to go out and make better, stronger, more empowered decisions for myself, my family, my future, and my business. As you leave your sanctuary, knowing you can return whenever you want to, you feel an immense sense of gratitude, trust, compassion, and love. You put your hand on the doorway and you walk out and you find yourself back in that field. And you run, and you are full of exuberance and light because you have found the thing that you didn't even know you were missing. You were missing that sense of trust and unconditional love and compassion and groundedness and centeredness that you just found. Then you look back at your feet and you can see your toes wiggling back in the grass. And then you come back to the body that is here sitting on this chair and you wiggle your toes there a little bit. You wiggle your fingers, swallow a little bit, flutter your eyelids open, and come back and join me here in your room, wherever you're sitting. How was that for you? Did you enjoy it? Did you find yourself experiencing a greater sense of trust and peace? Make sure to let me know. Send me a DM at Flourishing Entrepreneur or send me an email and let me know how that was for you and if you feel like you're even more empowered to take your business and your life to the next level from a grounded sense of trust and peace and security. This episode was all about trust and building up trust and making sure that you have this recording and can listen to this guided meditation whenever you want to, as often as you need to, daily. Also, don't forget about making sure that you excavate and replenish so that you are dumping out all the stuff that you don't need and you are intentionally designing your inner landscape so that your outer world can be that is full of abundance, love, and light. I've hoped you enjoyed this episode. Thank you so much for joining me here today. If you want to learn again more recalibration techniques, make sure you go to www.flourishmarketing.co/recalibrate and download the recalibration guide. It not only goes over trust, but it goes over 6 other abundance keys that you can use to unleash your abundance and unlock your potential. Thank you so much for joining today. Again, my name is Alea Harris. I wish you lots of love and light, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.
This episode is brought to you by Strategy by Flourish Marketing. Most entrepreneurs are too close to their business to clearly communicate how they add value and stand out from the competition. Sometimes they even struggle to say what they do and offer. If you're confused, then your potential clients are confused, and confusion is a profit killer. That's why Flourish Marketing uses StoryBrand as the foundation for our products and services. The StoryBrand framework helps companies understand what their customers are looking for and how to position themselves to get those customers to pay attention. If you'd like help creating clear brand messaging for your marketing collateral, head to www.flourishmarketing.co/strategy and schedule a call today. You have only confusion to lose and money to gain. Visit www.flourishmarketing.co/strategy to get started. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Flourishing Entrepreneur Podcast with Alea Harris. Dive into the show notes at www.flourishmarketing.co/podcast and connect with Alea at Flourishing Entrepreneur on Instagram. Vibing with what you hear? Leave a 5-star review to spread the love and be sure to click subscribe. From the entire Flourish Marketing team, we wish you love, light, and abundance. See you next time.